If it's like that the whole time, if it's like that the whole time, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. It's alright. If it's like that the whole time, it'll be alright. Stayed up all night, but it's alright. I done stayed up the whole night, but it's alright. It's me and my nibbling conscience. Nigga, I'm fixing to give up. I've been alone for the longest. It's trouble the way that we jog, and nothing gon' save us or stop us. Me and my nibbling conscience. Nigga, I'm fixing to give up. I've been alone for the longest. It's just me and my thoughts with nobody. I'm trapped in the matrix, basking in fakeness. Need to chat with some agents. Over wine glasses and steak and grasping arrangement. I only cipher cause I want a way out. But I won't happen to make it. Blasted by a tank, it's war here. And I'm not the one. The forgotten son, so a dark night. I'm Bruce Wayne, black sheep of the white family. Papa abandoned, he wasn't there for me. Carelessly parenting, apparently. Man, it's deep sanity, ran and flee like dog. Shit is bugging me. Ugly, so I hide my face and hide away where my mama stay. I pray I die today. She wanna kick me out. I wanna find a place, but no means, so I just hibernate. Pack the bags under my eyes, I'm tripping. Say goodbye to visions. I'm tired of this shit. Goonie bought a new whip. I ain't jealous of his car, but I envy his drive. I'm feeling heavy inside. I'm unproductive, deteriorating, going stir crazy. Some reluctance, fearing impatience. First lady is missing, way in the distance. Probably taking a missus or dating a nigga. Heart vacant, she smitten. See her face in them pictures. Fuck it though. And fuck a hoe if I can't fuck a hoe. Fucking hoe. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling the stress. I'm feeling the weight. I'm feeling regret. But it's back to the music. Though there's times when I wanna turn my back to the music. Cause it's a hassle to do it. I get past and pursue it and stay focused. Even when you think no one see you, some take notice. Self-conscious, physical and mental health problems. Blogging from the center of solace. It's me and my nigga.
Welcome back. It is a fucked up Wednesday here on the Probable Cause channel. We are getting ready to start the show for the day, but first, a check-in. We're going to be making this a regular part of the program where I essentially tell you on a scale of 1 to 10 how I'm doing in different facets. So, start with depression. Depression is sitting at the same as it was yesterday, a solid 0.2 out of 10, which is nice. Anxiety is like a 5.8. And the reason I say that is because the stalking has gotten worse. Whoever's following me. Wait a minute. I think the motherfucker's parked outside right now. Alright, this is fucked up. Okay, we're gonna try to ignore that and continue on with the program. So, the paranoia has been getting more intense as the days drag on, as it becomes more and more clear that I am getting gang stalked. And if you might think gang stalking isn't real, that's just a meme created by retards on the internet. But most things are created by retards on the internet. And it doesn't mean that it's not true. Sure, there are always bad actors in any space you go to that'll tell you, oh, you know, that'll make the whole group look bad, and that's everywhere. There's no group of people on this earth that are not guilty of that. It's just how things are in this country, well, in this world. I don't know why I said country, but yeah, gang stalking is real. It's happening. So the gang stalkers that I am dealing with, I'm calling their leader Mr. Leaves. And the reason I am calling him that is because I have yet to see him show his face in a place where there is not greenery or nature of some kind. He's very partial to forests. Because I imagine you are wondering who it is that is showing up in the intros of these videos that I have on those in that footage. The guy who's dressed in all red, a leather trench coat that's covered in patches. A very particular guy. That's not a costume that I'm wearing. That's Mr. Leaves, and nobody can convince me otherwise. And I don't understand why it is that he's spending so much time out in nature and the outdoors, because what he's wearing, it looks like he is probably sweating like a stuck pig. I mean, fuck. It's a very unique outfit that he has on. That big red leather jacket, I've never seen anything like it. He most likely made it himself because it's so unique. But no, that, if you were wondering, that's not me in the intro. That is Mr. Leaves. And I'm calling him that because I'm too afraid to actually confront him and ask him what his real name is. I can tell that he is hiding something under that coat, something mischievous or possibly even malicious. And, well, possibly malicious, that's kind of not accurate. It's totally malicious. He is clearly of some supernatural origin, but I am convinced that he is a real person. This is the closest picture that I've ever gotten of him. It's pretty interesting. I think I might try to draw a picture of him because he's a very unique subject. You can't deny that. There's nobody quite like him. And he, from the expressions that you see on his face, he appears to be a very learned man. He has a very serious expression, as like he knows exactly what's going on and how to approach every situation that he finds himself in, which is interesting to say the least. But he doesn't work alone. There are people that are all around him helping him do his thing. And that's pretty much all the information I can give you on the gang stalkers at the moment and their leader. But we might have to talk to a priest on the show, go to a local church or a synagogue. I don't know if I want the advice of a rabbi, though. I don't want to get rabbi's disease, you know. We have to vaccinate our dogs against rabbis because you don't want your dog to end up like Old Yeller with rabbis. It's no good. No good. But thank you guys for showing up to the premiere. It was very nice. We had a lot of great messages in the live chat, which was cool. And but going forward, these videos aren't going to be set as premieres because I've noticed that if you set a video as a premiere, it doesn't do as well in the algorithm. Like, the videos will stop getting views immediately, which is why you're seeing these videos sit at like 11 views tops. It's because the algorithm doesn't like premieres, but it's a shame because I don't really want to have to every day like go out of my way to come back to my room in the facility and upload them directly at 9:30 because they come out at 9:30. That's just how it is. If you want me to start uploading them an hour or two sooner, like 8:30 or 7:30, I can do that, but I think this is more of a late night show. But today our topic is a big one. The topic of the fall of Western Europe, particularly the UK, and the migrant crisis. So, essentially what's going on, for people who don't know, are countries like France, Germany, Spain is getting it really bad right now. Spain is probably the country that's facing the biggest crisis because of the riots that are going on right now. All of these Western European countries are being invaded by a foreign force from the sands of the Middle East. It is a bad situation for everybody involved there. I thought that the migrant crisis in the United States was a problem. We are seeing nowadays in cities like France, Sharia law being practiced by law enforcement of the state, which is absolutely obscene. I can't even imagine how they got to that point. It scares me, to be honest with you. But the way that I learned about this was through TikToks. We are dealing with a lot of really fucked up shit on TikTok right now, just dealing with the migrant crisis. I have some videos saved on my phone. I suppose we'll run through them one by one. So, hit it.
Not like this. I actually you can't. Come on.
Don't touch me.
Okay, say me.
What the fuck?
Come on.
Are you fucking crazy or what?
No
I
crazy.
said you don't touch me.
No crazy. ايوه وقفوا معي يا صاحبي رح بديك. لا وش صور فيا.
Go. Go.
No.
Go out.
I'm الشباب.
I want problem? I want fucking problem?
What? No, he doesn't. What? No problem. Sorry, والله I'm sorry. والله.
Okay, so that video you just saw is of a Muslim man in, I believe it's France that this took place in, where if you don't read what is the name of the fucking book that they read? The Quran. In the Quran, it says that if you lay your hands on a woman with the right hand, they are your property. This is a serious thing that's said in the Quran. And in this video, this dude is essentially trying to kidnap this French woman, and he speaks zero English or French, none whatsoever. It's absolutely insane that this shit goes down. If you saw somebody like attempting to manhandle a woman on the streets of any state in the United States, that person would get fucked up fast as fuck. I don't have any good footage of something like that happening in the US, and I don't really want to look for it because the government's already up my ass as it is. But can you log on to TikTok on a laptop? I'm gonna just... because I don't want to download TikTok on my phone. I'd rather it just be, on my laptop. It's easier for me to deal with. Okay, so open your trusted browser, search for the official TikTok site, and log in with your account. I'm not going to log in with an account, but... Here we go. TikTok.com. Do you need an account? No, you don't. Okay. We're just going to search migrant and see what happens. Videos. Log in to search for popular content. Okay. First time me ever using TikTok. We're using it to help support the case for this video. And it's an important video. When's your birthday? My birthday is on April 4th of 1899. That's when I was born. It's a well-known fact. I can't even choose my birthday because 1899 isn't an option. You can only go 1900. Username, probable cause. Okay. Probable cause has a TikTok account now. First, alright, so what do we got here? A lot of the United States migrant stuff. I'm going to, you know what? We're going to make these videos a little more engaging. So how we're going to do that is we're going to use snipping tool to screen record this whole process. So yeah, let's take a look at TikTok. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, we're seeing a lot of the United States migrant stuff, but that's not really what matters. It's a fun little AI picture right there. I like that. I like how far apart the bars are. Like a Thai ladyboy could probably fit through that. And I should know. I've had my fair share of ladyboys. So we're dealing with a lot of American clips, but a lot of clips in Spanish as well. Am I on like is my setting, is it showing me as being Spanish? Is that why there are so many Spanish results? Okay. TikTok is clearly trying to shadow ban this whole thing because it's fucked up and they know it's fucked up. Migrant crisis UK. We're not gonna watch like a news clipping. That's no good. Asmongold, fuck you. That guy is so retarded. We're seeing a lot of the same shit. UK officials are being... Okay, let's check this out.
The Prime Minister has pledged to stop the boats, and the numbers crossing the channel this year have reduced. But in truth, every time weather conditions allow, the people smugglers push these small boats into the water. And around 30,000 people still made the crossing this year, only adding to the migrant crisis.
Okay, that really makes me think, like, we're going to keep going through this video because this is exactly what I was looking for. Well, it's not exactly what I was looking for, but it's good nonetheless. This is something that I've always thought about. Like, there are migrant smugglers that are doing this work. The migrants don't have money. Like, they're leaving with little more than the clothes on their back. So what is the incentive what is incentivizing people to smuggle other people into their country? Because clearly they aren't doing it for free. If they were doing it for free, Skank Hunt 088, I love Skank Hunt. Sink 'em, that's pretty fire. No, I'm sorry guys.
A crisis.
Up. We'll go back to where we were.
Thousands are still waiting. Some of the huge influx of migrants who crossed into Europe in recent months. I mean, this one's still got its air in it, so it just tells you that this boat ran aground really within recent weeks. We reported earlier in the year from the Italian island of Lampedusa, where tens of thousands of migrants arrived in boats from North Africa. Italy, Spain, Greece, and multiple other European countries all saw massive increases in migrant arrivals this year.
Okay, so I'm glad he brought up Italy because this is an issue that I'm actually quite familiar with. The Italian people are getting fucked right now by this migrant crisis. Italy is, and this is something that iDubbbz talks about in the iDubbbz Complains video that pretty much ruined his life. It's the worst video he has ever made, and he hasn't made a video since. It didn't get many views, but the comments were just a fucking bloodbath. You know what? We're gonna check out that video. iDweebs, no. Alright, has he posted since then? No, he hasn't. So, in this video...
Hello!
Can we get to the part with the Italians? Yeah, so...
Guys, look at this.
But I don't know what the state is. I need you, the vlogger, to tell me what the state is.
Look at this, guys. This is Rome. This is Europe. Does this look like Europe to you?
Yes, it looks like Europe to me.
Alright, so he hasn't gotten to the point where he says what I came here to show you, but we aren't going to, we're not going to keep watching this, because honestly, watching iDubbbz in the year 2025 gives me a headache. So, yeah, I'm going to cut out the screen for now, because we've gotten our use out of it. Let's just save that. So, iDubbbz makes the point that he says that all of these migrants that are coming to the country are just as Italian as the ethnic Italians who grew up there and have been living there for fucking forever. So, that, legally speaking, would only be true if these people were actual citizens of the state of Italy, which none of them are. None of these people have any level of citizenship. They don't have any right to be where they are. They haven't applied for citizenship. They haven't done anything like that. And that's not just Italy. That's Rome. Rome's in Italy. That's where is it? Not. I'm not very well read on my European geography. I'm not sure. But there's a reason they call London Londonistan now, because the third world has made its way to the first and has infected it so that one day it too will also be third world. A very disheartening situation to be sure. But not to worry, because iDubbbz tells us that it's all okay and there's nothing for us to worry about. No white genocide. No way. That's not real. It's a conspiracy. Oh, man. By the way, just so you know, one drinking here, this is a 400 milligram caffeine powder drink. Technically, I'm not allowed to have it as a patient of this facility, but I essentially became homies with one of the fellows who works the facility, one of the managers, one of the medical technicians, and they were like, okay, well, if you go and buy it during one of our what is it called? We occasionally do chaperoned activities outside of the facility, but they told me that I could get some, so that's what I did. But whenever I've asked anyone other than that person who told me I could do it, they all say, no, it's not allowed. So it's a rare privilege to be able to have that kind of caffeine in the place that I'm at. So I'm very thankful for that. But man, let's go back to TikTok. So, all right, we are back on TikTok. Let's see. We're looking for more stuff that supports our argument, but we're first going to watch a video that I think will do the opposite of supporting our argument, and it's this fat lady.
Are y'all ready for another uncomfortable truth video where I said the quiet part out loud? The United States needs to take a long, hard look at what's happening in Europe with the mass migration of adult males claiming asylum. It started off as immigration. It's now turned into a straight-up invasion. And these people are coming over there and they are now demanding that the European citizens bow to Islamic culture. Women are being questioned as to why they're not covering up. Children are.
And this isn't just one person's opinion. Everything that this person says, all right, Amy, what you want to do 25, shout out to you. This was made 2 days ago. This is all real. This is all actually happening. A lot of people want to claim that no, it's not. It's just hysteria. But I've seen many re-uploaded TikToks on the internet of everything that she is talking about. And there's that funny meme where there are women in Europe who are now getting pet pigs, and it's become like a popular fad because it keeps these military-aged males away. And that's the thing. Military-aged males should almost never be moving to other countries. They need to stay in the country that they originated from. It makes everything easier for everybody that's involved. Oh shit. We have to do another sync. Ready? Every 21 minutes and 30 seconds I have to resync the audio because a delay forms. So let's keep looking at this.
Are being preyed upon. Adult men are just basically camping out at playgrounds watching these kids. Muhammad is now.
I actually didn't know that. I've never heard that, but it makes sense. I mean, wasn't Muhammad's first wife like Aisha? Wasn't she like 12 when they got married or some shit? And Muhammad was like in his 40s or some shit. Everybody knows that he beat his wife too. I mean, and that's what these Muslim men are doing. They're constantly coming in. There are tons of reports of these military-aged males assaulting women in public, like in the broad daylight. I'm not even talking about lure them down an alley at 2 a.m. and do something inappropriate. It's really going down like this. So let's keep checking this out.
Now the #1 baby boy name in England and Wales, and it replaced
Mohammed is now the
Noah in a country.
That is so wild. The name Mohammed is now the most common name in some of these European countries. I can't even fathom that.
Country deeply rooted in Christianity. People are being called racist for flying their own flag. So somehow flying the Union Jack or the St. George's Cross, the Red Cross on white, is now considered intimidation against migrants.
So this is actually something that I've seen another TikTok about, where there was a lady who needed a junked couch removed from her front yard, and the garbage men refused to take it. So she had her son paint a British flag on the couch, and it was immediately removed by the police or whoever's in charge of dealing with this insane 1984 bullshit.
If these migrants want to see their own flag, then they need to go back to their home country. Some councils are even removing the flag, saying that it is insensitive and is sparking a huge national debate. People are starting to fight back. They're painting the St. George's Cross all over the United Kingdom in a huge act of rebellion. The United Kingdom is even...
Can you imagine feeling the need to rebel against your motherland because it has literally been invaded? I mean, this is how Rome fell. They let the Goths in and everything got fucked. Everybody knows that. I think we have a clip. We actually have a clip of that. So we're gonna take a look at that clip. Hold on. Give me a moment. I have to find it. So I think this is said best by Mr. Garrison.
Okay, chill.
So we're going to keep up the trend of keeping allowing you to see the screen. Actually, you know what? If I show you the screen, this video is going to get copyright striked so fast. That, like, I'm sorry. You take a listen. Just take a listen to what Mr. Garrison says here.
Children, let's take our seats. As you've probably noticed, our government has decided to let anyone who wants to cross the border and screw up our country. I know you're all pissed off as I am, so why don't we begin today's lesson on why the once great Empire of Rome fell to shit? Huh? Who can tell me why Rome fell to shit? No, somebody who matters. All right, fine, in the orange shirt.
The Roman Empire, buddy, was facing several issues, Gary. As it reached the new millennium frame, the
Oh, speak in English! You see, what happened is that these immigrants called the Goths were welcomed into Roman territories because some people felt bad for them. And then the Goths suddenly decided they were being oppressed, you see? And so then...
Okay. I'm enjoying today's show. It's going to take longer to edit than usual shows do, but we're making good progress here. Making good progress. But yeah, essentially, that's what's going on right now is... I won't sugarcoat it. The Middle East is war-torn as all get out right now. There's no hiding that. Everybody knows that to be very true. It's become a pretty... Why am I'm just repeating things at this point. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We'll keep going and try to not waste your time. Yeah. But I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back shortly. So, we are back. Hold on, I have to resync the audio. So, essentially, what I'm trying to get across to you here is that the United Kingdom is on the brink of collapse. Like, the migrant crisis in the United States is not nearly as bad because the people who are coming here aren't theocrats the way that the people of Middle East are. The people of Middle East are some of the last theocrats that exist. I think the only other ones are... I think Nepal is still quite theocratic. India is very theocratic, but they aren't causing nearly as much problems. And the thing about Indian immigrants is, from my experience, they're actually quite pleasant people. They're easy to get along with, and they're wicked smart. I mean, we have a lot of people coming over from Europe right now that are doing amazing things for this country and the people in it. So, hats off to the Indian immigrants. A lot of them are actually doing really well for themselves, and they're doing it the right way. 90% of European immigrants, Indian immigrants are coming over legally, and they're doing great shit. Like, you see, I'll give you an example. So there's a super private high school that's only made for the best of the best academically. I don't remember what it's called, but there was a few people, like one or two people would go there from the middle school that I went to, and I knew one of these people who was like the older sister of somebody else. I didn't know them well, but I knew them in passing. Like, I've spoken to them like a handful of times, and they told me that in this super private academic high school, it is 90% Chinese immigrants and Indian immigrants, it makes a lot of sense. They come over here from... They're genuine good people that don't mean any harm. They don't force their values on you, and they come from places where the world that they lived in was just unfortunate. And that's not to say that the Middle East isn't unfortunate, because it's probably the most unfortunate place in the entire fucking planet. But they aren't offering anything when they get here. The only things they do is they force the religion on the people who were there before them, and they cause immense problems with the economy and with jobs and with politics. The politics is so rancid. It's because for some reason the United Kingdom took the route of going ultra liberal during the Biden administration. Well, they were already ultra liberal before the Biden administration, but during that presidency, they got really bad with it. It became a serious issue. And because of that, we're dealing with all these migrant problems in Europe. But one country that never waved the blue flag of liberalism is Poland. Poland has been doing remarkably well, I must say. The Polish people are pretty homogenous. They're very similar in their looks and beliefs. It's a very Christian nation. I think it's an Orthodox religion. It's an Orthodox Christian nation for the most part. And their immigration policies are very cutthroat. They're very, very strict about who they let into their borders. And because of that, Poland has remained a stable, legitimate state run by the people who were meant to run it. And that's just not the case with the United Kingdom right now. With a lot of the countries in Western Europe, it's become an irreversible problem. And the way I see it, this problem is only going to solve itself through like an event of major tragedy that will probably go down in the next year or two, if not sooner than that, because we're already reaching breaking points here. I'm not going to bother finding the screenshot for it, but there was this old man in Spain who was beaten half to death brutally for no reason at all by a group of Turkish migrants. And the response was Spaniards taking to the street, rioting, and starting fights with any migrant they came in contact with. And the migrants responded just as, if not even more harshly. They went full-on domestic warfare on the Spaniards. It was a massive conflict that lasted for like one whole night, kind of like Kristallnacht, the Night of Broken Glass. It was only this Night of Broken Glass was warranted. Well, they were both pretty warranted, but we won't get too far into that. That's a bit saying that Kristallnacht was warranted is a bit Connor core. No offense, Connor. But yeah, man. Let's keep looking through TikTok. Let's keep doing this. Is this really London? Latest visual of diversity. Everybody's seen this clip. I mean, everybody's seen the clips of what London looks like right now, but if you haven't, I guess we'll use this as your time to educate yourself on what's going down in London right now, because it is wild. I think London has it the worst out of all of these European nations. So, check this out. It's a bad crop on the snipping tool, but wow, London is cooked. I don't see a single Englishman anywhere at all. Not a single Englishman. And okay, enough of that. So, something that I want you to take into consideration is the fact that you're seeing a lot of the women in this clip and children, which is good. It's actually it is not a bad thing for women and children to migrate, because women and children are vulnerable. They need shelter. It is a necessity. They aren't coming for a handout. They're simply coming for peace. But the problem is, these women almost never come solo. They're usually bringing 1, 2, 3 military-aged males along with them, which is a major problem. It's a major problem, because if you've seen any of these acts of violence or Sharia law that are being executed in countries like Spain and London and Germany and Wales, you'll see that all of these problems are being instigated by military-age males or males in general. Maybe they're a little younger sometimes, but for the most time they aren't. There is zero assimilation whatsoever. So when it comes to moving to a new country, assimilation is not a suggestion, it is a requirement. If you do not assimilate yourself with the culture that you now reside inside of, you are taking away from the significance of the nation, you're undermining the state, and it's a bad look, you know? It's not something that you like to see. But think about it. American assimilation, America is a bit of a melting pot, only it's made out of parts that don't melt together. Assimilation in this country is less of a big deal because you can argue that the original Americans were just as relevant as the immigrants that are coming in today. But then again, the immigrants didn't fucking write the Constitution the way that the OG immigrants did. But some good caffeine. I want you to think about this. If all of the military-aged males are leaving their countries, who is going to be left to take care of the country that they have abandoned? I'll tell you who. Only the worst of the worst. You'd think that I would say the worst of the worst are the people that are coming over. That's not entirely true, because the people who are coming over are the people that don't have connections, at least not direct connections, with the terrorist cells that exist in the Middle East, which there are a wide variety of. Most of them are very pro-Palestinian, but we also see some Zionist cells that exist out there. The Zionist cells don't do suicide bombings, but they use things like skunk cannons, which is a Israeli crowd control method that is literally throwing sewage at people until they fuck off. It is very, very, it's a war crime is what it is, but we're not really allowed to get mad at Israel. It's just how politics exists these days. But yeah, the connected ones, the people who are members of the cells, they're staying behind to run their countries. But they're also sending sleeper cells up into Europe as well. They're sending groups of people who can carry out their wishes, and it's going to result in like a 9/11 scale event happening somewhere in the United Kingdom very soon, because the patriots of Europe aren't going to put up with it, and that's going to rile up Hezbollah, it's going to rile up the Taliban, it's going to rile up everybody that came there, and it's going to result in what I would imagine it would probably take shape in the form of a bombing campaign, but you never know, because the thing about Europe is they're very careful about bombs and how people can get away with dropping them off somewhere, and that's because Europe has been the subject of many bombings. Like, we've had bad bombings we haven't had bad bombings in the United States. The Boston Marathon wasn't really that bad, and I'm talking specifically about Middle Eastern terrorist bombings. I'm not talking about like the schizophrenic guy who leveled a government building or anything like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all that there is to say on the topic. But let me see if I can reinvigorate myself with some new stuff to talk about. But yeah, like what I was saying is not all migrants are bad, and military-age male migrants, I would be okay with them if they just contributed to society. Like, can you imagine how well Europe would be doing if the people that are coming over there right now were becoming doctors and lawyers and learned individuals, academics? Because that's there's no country where the majority of the immigrants are doing that. But I'll tell you this much: here's another thing that's important to say. India isn't the only place where we get good migrants. We get really good migrants out of Ethiopia. We have outstanding migrants coming out of like sub-Saharan Africa, and the reason for that is it's the same reason as India. They appreciate the fact that they are no longer in a place where they have to worry about if they're gonna eat tonight, or if they like protecting their kids from genocide. I have never met an Ethiopian immigrant that was like, how do I say this? That acted the way that these guys act. Like, they're all very smart people. They do really well in school. Most of them can speak really good English too. And English is not like a big language in Ethiopia either. And this is also true about our friends coming over from India. A lot of them speak really good English. They're working amazing jobs. It's like Aziz Ansari's girlfriend said. You get a lot of free checkups with that one, referring to Aziz Ansari. But Aziz, I don't think Aziz is an immigrant, is he? Let's Google that. Is Aziz Ansari an immigrant? I don't want Aziz Ansari tickets for 2025 event dates. He was born in Columbia, South Carolina, but his parents were immigrants. Okay, what did his parents do? Let's see if I can back some of the claims that I've made in this video with actual reality. Where did it say that? Wikipedia. All right. We use Wikipedia a lot on this channel. It's honestly not the best source for mainstream information. You should be looking in other places. But yeah, let's see. Early life. Indian immigrants from the state of Tamil Nadu. His parents are Tamil Muslims, though Ansari himself is non-religious. Okay. I didn't know that Indian people did Islam. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Where he attended Marlborough Academy as well as the South Carolina Governor's School for Science and Mathematics. So, yeah, that fits the stereotype. It's like I said, they're becoming doctors and scientists. And if they're not, they're ending up on Parks and Recreation. Or something like that. I want to know what his parents did.
His mother Fatima is an obstetrician
and gynecologist, and his father Shubda is a gastroenterologist. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Like I said, both of his parents,
they're immigrants from India, and they're doctors. So
kind of crazy that I didn't guess it. I was aware that
I didn't guess it. I was aware that that's a well-known stereotype with Indian immigrants, is that they become doctors and scientists.
Let's actually do a search.
Let's actually do a search. Most common jobs for Indian immigrants.
Creating an answer
with AI. That's what I like to see.
Indian immigrants commonly work in several key sectors.
Information technology, healthcare, and engineering. Yep.
Let's see how that compares with.
All right. Let's see how that compares with Muslim immigrants.
Thank you, AI, for doing this.
Thank you, AI, for doing this. So.
This is propaganda. They say employment in various sectors.
Spanning from the job market to the education. The reality is they're opening vape shops, which I can respect. But we don't need a vape shop on every corner, you know. We don't need every. That's a bit overkill. But yeah, entrepreneurship is like the big thing that Muslim immigrants are doing. Is they're starting businesses. A lot of really retarded businesses that fail quickly. Businesses nonetheless. The ones that aren't doing that are working minimum wage jobs.
Most of them aren't working at all.
At best, most of them aren't working at all. To be honest with you, they're living in like squatting. There's a big problem in the UK. There's a lot of squatters. It's
It's been a problem for quite some time. And it's also
It's been a problem for quite some time. And it's also a problem in the United States. But, yeah.
Alright. I think I'm going to call it.
Alright.
It's been a
I
good
think I'm
episode.
going to call it.
But
It's been a good episode.
I think it definitely could have been
But
better. We're going to...
I think it definitely could have been better. We're going to
Just
keep
ramp
trying
up
to
the production quality as time
just
goes
ramp
on.
up the
But
production
as long as I
quality as
can
time
before
goes
Mr.
on.
Leaves fucking
Or as
smokes.
long as I can before Mr.
I can
Leaves
tell
fucking
he's out for
smokes
blood.
me.
Anyway.
Because I can tell he's out
Good
for
night,
blood.
everyone.
Anyway, good night, everyone.